A sharp, searing pain shoots through his skull as his eyes flicker open. Darkness engulfs him, broken only by the distant glow of neon lights. His breath is ragged, uneven. The cold pavement beneath him stings his skin. He tries to move, but every muscle resists, aching from an unknown struggle. A faint drizzle coats his face. He wipes it away, only to notice the dirt under his nails, the bloodstains on his sleeve. Panic rises in his chest. He glances around, an empty alley, lined with dumpsters and flickering street lamps. Nothing feels familiar. His heart pounds. His mind is blank. Who is he? Staggering to his feet, he grips his throbbing head. His pockets are nearly empty, no wallet, no phone. Just a small torn piece of paper. He squints at the smudged ink. Do not trust them. The words send a shiver down his spine. A shadow moves at the alley's entrance. His body tenses instinctively. Someone is watching. He turns, but the figure is gone. He doesn't know why, but every nerve in his body screams. Run. He stumbles forward, out into the streets. Cars rush past, honking indifferent. He scans the signs, the buildings, none trigger a memory. A store window reflects his face. He freezes. The man staring back is a stranger. Short, unkempt hair. Bruised cheekbone. Eyes filled with fear. A passing pedestrian brushes against him. Hey, watch it, the man grumbles. But his voice fades as something falls from the stranger's coat, a single key hitting the pavement with a metallic clink. His hand moves on instinct. He picks it up. It's not his. Or is it? His fingers trace the cold metal. An engraving, an emblem of a serpent coiled around a dagger. His heartbeat quickens. The symbol stirs something buried deep within, but the memory refuses to surface. Another flicker of movement in the corner of his eye. He turns sharply, nothing. But the feeling remains. He's not alone. A low hum builds in the distance, sirens, drawing closer. His chest tightens. Is it him they're looking for? The note. The key. The missing pieces of his mind. The sirens grow louder. Without a second thought, he steps back into the shadows and disappears into the night. The cold bites through his thin jacket as he presses himself into the alley's shadows. His breath comes in short, controlled bursts. Across the street, two men in black coats stand near a parked sedan, speaking in hushed voices. One of them holds a crumpled photograph. Even from this distance, he knows it's him. A surge of unease grips his chest. He doesn't know why they're after him, but the way they skin the streets tells him everything he needs to know. They're searching. Hunting. He steps back, careful not to make a sound. His fingers tighten around the key in his pocket. He needs answers. A direction. Something to anchor himself to reality. He ducks into an abandoned loading dock, crouching behind rusted crates. Something shifts under his hand. A discarded newspaper. The headline sends a chill through his veins. Man wanted in connection to missing person case. He stares at the grainy image. It's a blurred version of his reflection. His gut twists. The question isn't just who he is. It's what he's done. Footsteps crunch on gravel nearby. Slow. Deliberate. He barely breathes. A voice low and firm. He couldn't have gone far. Another one responds, irritated. We find him before he remembers. Or it's over. Something sharp pricks the back of his mind. A memory trying to break through. But the second he tries to grasp it, a sharp pain shoots through his skull. A woman's voice, distant. Urgent. You're not safe. A gunshot. A rush of water. Then nothing. His pulse hammers against his ribs. He pushes the fragmented images aside. Focus. Survive first. Understand later. The men's footsteps fade as they move down the alley. He waits. 1 minute. 2. Then he slips back into the street, his body moving on instinct. He keeps his head low, weaving through the city's chaos. The neon lights blur past him, but his mind is razor-sharp now. They want to erase him. They want to bury something he's not supposed to know. He won't let them. The key in his pocket feels heavier now. It's his only lead, the only thread connecting him to a past that refuses to surface. He moves fast, keeping his head down, following the engraving's clue. Room 306, Kingston Motel. The name stirs nothing, but his gut tells him he's been there before. The motel is old, dimly lit, the kind of place where people come to disappear. The receptionist barely glances at him when he walks in. No questions. No hesitation. Like he's expected. That alone sets his nerves on edge. The key slides into the lock smoothly. Inside, the air is thick with dust and stale cigarette smoke. A suitcase sits by the bed. A burner phone, a stack of cash, and scattered papers cover the desk. But what stops him cold are the walls. Photographs, notes, and maps, pinned up in a chaotic pattern. And at the center, a woman's face. Dark eyes. A cautious smile. Beneath the photo, a name is scrawled in bold letters. Meera Patel. His vision blurs. A jolt of recognition, but not enough. His fingers graze the edges of a torn notebook. Words jump out at him. They know. Keep moving. Don't trust anyone. The burner phone vibrates. He stares at the screen. Unknown number. His thumb hovers before pressing accept. A sharp inhale from the other end. Then a whisper, urgent. You're alive? A name forms on his tongue, instinctive. Meera? Silence. Then a curse. They're coming. Get out. The line cuts. His breath locks in his throat. Outside, heavy footsteps. A shadow passes the window. They found him. No time to think. He grabs the notebook, the phone, the cash. Bolts for the fire exit. The door bursts open behind him as he vanishes into the night. Memories claw at the edges of his mind. He was close to something before he lost everything. Too close. And now they won't stop until he's gone. The train station is nearly empty at this hour. Dim overhead lights flicker, casting long shadows across the platforms. He stands near the edge, hands clenched in his pockets. Every muscle in his body is coiled, ready. Meera said she would come. He doesn't know if he can trust her, but she's the only link to his past. A train rumbles in the distance. He scans the platform. Then he sees her. Dark eyes, tense posture. She moves fast, but not toward him. Past him. Walk. The word is sharp, almost inaudible. He follows without question. Behind them, a figure steps onto the platform. One of the men in black. Meera leads him through the station's back corridors. They wiped your memory. Her voice is low but urgent. You were close to exposing them. The list, you found it. His pulse spikes. The list. A flash of memory. A laptop screen. Names. Powerful names. And then pain. Drowning darkness. A door bursts open ahead. Another man in black. Gun raised. Meera shoves him aside as a shot cracks through the air. He doesn't think, just moves. Sprinting through the maze of stairwells and tunnels, footsteps pounding behind them. Another shot. Sparks fly off a metal railing. He grips Myra's arm, pulls her down behind cover. Where is it? His voice is rough, unfamiliar. She presses something into his palm. A USB drive. You had it on you before they took you. Everything clicks. The erased memories, the missing time. He never lost the truth. They just buried it inside him. Shouts echo from behind. No escape. The only way out is down. The train is approaching fast. A second's hesitation. Then he makes his move. He leaps onto the tracks. Meera gasps. The men rush forward. But just as the train barrels in, he rolls beneath it, vanishing into the tunnel's darkness. The pursuers stop at the edge, scanning desperately. But he's gone. Meera exhales shakily. Then she looks down at her palm. The USB drive is gone. Her phone vibrates. A message from an unknown number. Benaam never dies.